are you doing? It's been a while again. I'm lame, I know. But anyway, I said I wasn't gonna mod this car, and then we'll be installing the aFe intake today. I'm gonna try and see how this is gonna work, because as you guys can see, I'm in a, you know, the apartment parking lot. I really don't want to install it here in front of people, so I'm gonna go all the way up top. Yep, I'm pointing with the camera all the way up top and see if I can do it there. I will guide you guys through it. It's a very simple install. I'm sure a lot of you guys that know your way around cars are probably gonna be like, why are you making this video? Why not? Anyway, I'm gonna start heading up top. There's about 4 or 5 floors. I gotta, you know, drive around slowly. Hopefully the car doesn't get too warm, because also I have to do it outside, and I currently reside in Florida, so it's pretty hot outside. And here we are. This is my new garage. You can see it's very wide open. There's space everywhere for me to work under this blistering sun, and hopefully it doesn't start raining, because you can see some clouds around me too. So this is going to be very interesting. But again, it's in Florida, so it rains every so often and then it just goes away. But here's a little view. So this is my new shop. What do you guys think? It's pretty awesome, isn't it? Anyway, I'm gonna start working on this. It's actually not too bad outside. It's about 87 degrees, so I should be all right. So the first thing, obviously, if you're installing something in your car, the first thing you have to do is open the hood. And there you go. Once you do that, obviously you can tell I don't have the little prop over here. Again, sorry for the wind. I've installed the struts from Ford Performance, and these are really cool. You guys should do that to your car. However, I have to remove this bad boy, and the engine actually is not too bad. I haven't opened this in a while since I took the trip to Florida, so I probably need to clean a little bit. There's a random beer can. I'm sure people hang out over here. But anyway, let me get started. So the first thing what I'm gonna do is, and hopefully I got all my tools, because if I don't have all my tools, it's gonna be a long walk back to the apartment, because the garage is at the farthest point possible of the apartment complex from where the apartment is. So that's kind of inconvenient. But the first thing what I'm going to do is I'm going to start removing this stock box, which shouldn't be too bad. So I'm going to set up and get back to you guys. Again, for the tools, I had to put everything in a baggie. I had to prepare. I have the instruction manual here, which I'm going to use it. Why not? It helps me understand ways a little bit better and kind of avoid sometimes just like fiddling around stuff. Again, I had to put all my tools in a baggie because I don't have obviously the garage here anymore, or I don't have access to a garage anymore. So the first thing you have to do is remove obviously the engine cover. That's really easy. You just grab it and pop it out. I keep mine off because I think this looks a lot better. And the very first thing is loosen these clamps, which is only 7mm sockets. So you just use that and loosen this intake tube. Then the following thing you gotta do is disconnect the intake, these 2 intake clamps. And this is, I believe this is a sound tractor. I might actually delete this at some point. I have to look at some more videos and see how to remove that. I'm not too sure so far, but I think you just like remove this and call it a day basically. But what I'm gonna do is loosen this up. You just need pliers, and then remove this guy as well. So these are the 2 side hoses, and then I have one more over here and another one right here. So this one we actually are probably gonna loosen up and just take out completely, because we're gonna use this master flow sensor. Man, oh man, I think I'm working against time. Look at all that. So that's coming this way. The wind's picking up too, but let's get back to this. So after you remove these or after you loosen up these 2 nuts, you remove the hoses. You remove this one. You probably would need to use pliers for this. You remove the sound intake tube, which is this little guy right here. And that's really easy. You just put a clip. I kind of ruined mine, but you just put a screwdriver, a small screwdriver here, and just lift on this. I kind of ruined mine, as I said, but that's fine. I'm not gonna reuse it, so it's totally fine. So after doing that, pretty much, you remove a 10mm bolt right here, which holds this intake tube to the fender. And because this is all loosened up, the stock intake is pretty much ready to come out. You have to figure out like finagle over here. Also, don't forget to unplug the MAF sensor and remove the little clips. These are really easy to remove. You don't need to put a lot of force. You can just like wiggle them in and out, and they're really easy to remove. But the next step is just to remove this big boy out of here. And you can see how easy that was, and it's one piece, which is awesome. As well as this intake, this is two pieces, or I guess one piece, because this comes apart as well. But it's really nice. I'm not sure why there's an extra cylinder over here for the air. I'm not sure if this holds like back pressure or something like that. Guys, correct me in the comments below. I'm not sure what that is, to be honest. But anyway, here's what the car looks like without it. It's kind of neat, and I love the look of that. The next step based on the instruction is to relocate this guy from this hole to over here, but mine is already relocated, and this is very interesting. There's like extra like wires here with like extra tape coming out all the way across, so I'm not sure what's going on exactly there. But because mine is already relocated, I don't have to do that step, which is awesome. I didn't want to really do it anyway, but I hope this wire is long enough to reach where it's supposed to go. Following that, if you guys have to do that, do it in your car. After that, I'm running against time too. It's starting to lightning and thunder and stuff like that, so this will be interesting. But the following step is you got to remove this rubber grommet out of here, because you will need to transfer that to the new intake. And you can see that was really easy. And what I'm going to start to do is actually start to organize this stuff a little bit better. I'm going to move this box into the trunk. Okay, the next thing is, and I'm working on the back of my car, so that way stuff is, you know, inside the car in case it starts raining. But the next thing you have to do is find a T20 bit. I lost my bit, so I have to use this little tool. Thanks to my girlfriend for having this little tool, because otherwise I would have been stuck. And remove the map sensor. And that's really simple. It's just like these two. It's just these two screws. Oh look, the front part popped out already. Man, it's really dirty. You can see there's like dead bugs in there too and stuff like that. But anyway, let's get back to this. Be careful with this. It's a sensor. It can get damaged, and also you'll be reusing the factory hardware. So keep that as well with your tool. So this next step is a little bit crucial. It's getting more windy, so you probably can't hear me very well. But it is starting to get the intake tube ready to be installed. aFe supplies two fittings, one here, one there. Make sure you don't over tighten these because they don't bottom out. There's a chance you can crack the actual tube. You don't want to do that. So again, make sure you don't over tighten them. See, I left a little bit of the minute I felt a little bit of resistance, I did one more kind of like a little tug and left it there. The next thing we have to do is look at these beautiful rainy clouds. I haven't dropped a drop of rain, which is really good for me, and it looks like it's clearing back there. Gotta love Florida weather. The next thing you have to do is install the MAF sensor. I stand corrected when I said back when I was taking it off that you're gonna use the factory hardware. You are not. aFe provided new torque screws. I don't know if you guys can see them right here. So you have to use those. And the way to install this is really simple. It goes back to the new intake tube, kind of like the same way you took it out from the stock tube. And it fits. There's only one way to go, so you can't go wrong. Again, use the aFe provided new torque screws, because the OEM ones won't fit, so don't lose these guys. It's done and installed, and the screws are tightened. Again, don't over tighten those. Don't forget to put in the grommet into the new housing. And actually, I'm gonna put this over here so I don't scratch it. Put in the new grommet, just push from the bottom up, just like that. I might need 2 hands for this. There we go. As I said, simple enough. After that, put the aFe logo there. And I love this, S550. aFe Performance. US patent, blah, blah, blah. aFe is a quality company. I have not been sponsored by them in any way possible. I wanted to, they just didn't budge. They sent me a goodie bag, which is pretty awesome, so good for them. Thank you, aFe. But anyway, I paid full price for this bad boy, and I will tell you after I got done with the installation, I'll summarize why I picked aFe and why I decided to go this route versus all the other ones out there. So let's keep going. Once your box is prepped and everything is put in place, go ahead and set it up in place. I haven't tightened up the bolt back here just yet. I just want to see how it fits. I think it looks great. What do you guys think? Comment down below, what do you guys think? Put in the filter. I would say you can probably tighten up this clamp so that way the filter housing doesn't move, but this one just leave it loose for a little bit because you would need to adjust this with the tube. I'm gonna go ahead and put it like that so that way they're kind of symmetrical, as you guys can tell. But the following step will be to actually put the small coupler over here with these little clamps.
Bonjour, ça va? Ce n'est pas grave. Je vais bien. Je veux juste que nous parlons des bus et des valises. Je te veux pour les gaufres.
We just have to finagle some wiring over here. Hopefully this can reach actually, because no, it doesn't seem like there's enough slack. I might have to do some work right there. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I might have to loosen this and move this somewhere so I can have more slack, because I'm not sure how this will fit. That's why I said don't tighten up this screw back there just yet, because you might have some moving to do. Tight fit, you can see the tube will go about here, and this is almost there. This is gonna move another inch or so once I tighten. I think it's coming. I gotta hurry up. I'm gonna work really quickly because you can see those clouds back there. That doesn't look too friendly. I'm gonna go ahead and work really quickly and get everything organized and set in place, and then I'm just gonna run over it real quick. Well, I was able to beat the rain. It's still around there. It's still very windy. The final touch, don't ever forget to do that, is this little cap. It goes on your sound pipe or sound actor, whatever you want to call it. My old car had a sound actor. So you just basically snug it on top. And that's it. And your sound pipe is pretty much deactivated here. So it kind of clears up this area over here with a little plastic pipe that was sitting. So I like the look of it. One thought about aFe's filters. This I didn't have, well, secondary location was right here. Mine was already the first location, and still it's a very tight fit. You can see I had to like finagle this thing over here with this little hanger looking thing, and still the wire is, you can see it's tight. It has some looseness to it, which is fine. I hope it just doesn't rub from vibrations or anything like that, because I'll have to figure out a way to keep it like that. I might have to actually work on that. Let's go ahead and start the car. Oh yeah, you can definitely hear the ticking. It's not as bad, it just ticks up here. But here's the filter. You can sort of hear the ticking. I don't know if that's the injectors firing, because it does sound like that. Or my car is just going to shit after the tune and now it's telling the intake. Who knows? I'm going to give you my thoughts about this intake and why I went with this route and what I think about it. Oh, look at that. Just in time. It's starting to sprinkle. I don't know if you guys can see a little raindrops. That was perfect timing. Anyway, let's talk about this intake and why I decided to do this. 60% alcohol as well, so E60. Why the aFe intake? The main reason is I wanted something that can flow a little bit better than the stock, which this one obviously has a bigger pipe, so it can maybe flow a little bit better based on their studies and graphs they have. It shows that it flows better. So let's agree that they are right with their research, and they're an honest company. They won't lie to us, right? Like any other intake company would. But anyway, I wanted something different. I was gonna keep the stock box pretty much forever, because I don't think I'll surpass the power level, so that's unless I go a supercharger way. But I wanted something different. I wanted like a different change, different look, and I think this intake looks really nice. When you open the hood, it just looks nicer than the stock, and it gives it like a little bit of a pizzazz, I would say, to the car. So that's kind of like one of the main reasons. Also, I live in Florida right now, and it's really hot here during the summer. So if I have a car with an open intake, which most of the Mustang, like the GLTs and all the other ones, are open intakes, I believe the intake air temperatures are going to be huge. I'm talking over like the hundreds. Right now you can see it's like about 88. It's accurate. It's 88. I really haven't driven the car much. It's just been idling over here. With that being said, I wanted to keep something as close as possible to stock. So hey, if I get about 2 or 3 horsepower, great, I'm out for it. I believe the car sounds a little bit better with this intake because of more air coming into the car, the engine, but we'll find out. I like the sound right now, and it seems to run a little bit smoother too. Like, I'm sitting here idling, I haven't felt misfire or anything like that, and before it used to have a little bit of a misfire. I don't know if that's something to do with the intake or what the car is doing, but it has been running better with the ethanol as well. I haven't talked about that yet. I made a video, but I'm kind of, you know, doing a reverse order, so we'll get to that at some point. The pricing was a little bit pricey, but also not too bad. There's some other intakes that are massively overpriced, I believe, for what they are. This intake, I went with the dry filter. I didn't want to risk it and have a wet filter or oil filter to destroy my MAF sensor, so I went with a dry filter. I like the dry filters a lot better. They say it doesn't perform as good as their wet filter. Totally fine with me. But again, if I gain a little bit of horsepower, better noise, those are positives. And also, it looks, the car, when you open the hood, it looks so much better. So those are the main reasons I went for looks and maybe some sound. That's about it. I don't bank on any performance levels increase with this. Granted, with a tune and an intake, the Mustangs are shown to get some extra power. Not much. So to sum it up, I have a catback, an intake, and a flex tune by Lund, which is awesome right now. I still haven't sent my first log. I was supposed to do a log today. I was kind of lazy and got slow and whatever, so I didn't get to it. I'm pretty much, I have to send a log. It's been like a month since they sent me the first file, and it's been like a month since I've contacted them about a revision, so we'll see what I have to say. But the car has been running good. There has been no knock. The lambda is right where it should be. It's been running well. But anyway, I digress. Back to the intake. That's why I went with aFe. I think it's a decent price. It's a good quality. It's a very good intake, and it just looks good. That's it. Just looks and somewhat decent price, and maybe some performance gains. 5 horsepower, so be it. Great. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I haven't been posting a lot. I've been busy, and you guys can see the conditions I have to work with now. I don't have a garage anymore, so I have to deal with what it is. With that being said, if you're new again, please subscribe, please like this video, and I'll catch you guys later.